What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It is Pimp Your PR Wednesday. Trying to make sure I get to where I can see. Am I live? Am I live? I think I'm live. Trying to make sure. Am I live, y'all? Somebody say something to me. Somebody say something to me. Hey, Coach Tawana, I miss you. Okay, so let me know if you can hear and see me. Can you hear me, Coach Tawana? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me just know so we can get rocking and rolling. Hi, Miss Rochelle. Okay, it says I'm live. So can you hear me though? That's what I need to know. I think you can see me. We can hear you. All right, so let's get rocking. This is Pimp Your PR Wednesday. I am TJ Mercer. I am your chief noisemaker of Media Mavericks Academy, where I teach authors, experts, coaches, and entrepreneurs how to book themselves in the media without a publicist and without being a celebrity. And my Mavericks kill the game. Is that my T-Faye logging in? Hi, T-Faye. So I just literally maybe 5 minutes ago just wrapped teaching a webinar that, guess what, y'all? I actually forgot to hit record. 2 hours. 2 hours. I poured my heart, my soul into this webinar and totally forgot to record. And so there's no replay, but I am going to go back and record it because that's just the right thing to do. So I'm like, dang, I was looking forward to doing Pimp Your PR and then just kind of chilling, but that ain't gonna happen because I got stuff to do now. So listen, what are we covering tonight? What did I tell you we're gonna cover? Well, first of all, let me revisit. So just in case some of you did not see the email yesterday, that one of the secrets that I teach actually worked yesterday. I put it in the email, but if you didn't see the email, let me just tell you about it. So one of the things that I teach when I teach media secrets is that one of the ways to go in the back door for national level exposure, and my caveat to that though is if you've never done media, don't go after national. You do not want to make your mistakes on the national level. But when you are ready to, start developing those relationships, if you go to a Dr. Oz or a Steve Harvey website or the Real website, typically they have a section called Be on the Show. The Be on the Show section lists segments that they're working on that they want to look for guests for, not guest experts, but just guests. So are you looking for love in all the wrong places? Did you just lose 400 pounds? Are you trying to find your long lost first boyfriend? All of those kind of things. And so you want to go ahead and pursue those, because if you qualify for that and they book you on the show, then you're developing a relationship with the producer between the time they book you and the time you record. So there's a relationship established. If you knock it out the park, hey, my Teresa, if you knock it out the park, then you have established a connection with the producer that you can pitch them your segment. It works. One of my Mavericks, she has been trying to get on Dr. Oz about her book. She's totally a fit for it. She's been rocking her genius all over the place already. And so she remembered that technique, went onto their website, found something that she qualifies for. She's going to be on Dr. Oz next week. So she then slid into my inbox. I told her what the next thing is. I want her to pitch, how I want her to present it, what to do next. And so we'll see how that turns out. But I already have experience of knowing that that's it, because another Maverick early on did the same thing, landed on Dr. Oz. She pitched what they liked. They loved it. So I'm telling you, that little nugget works. So use it. Okay, wasn't that good? Okay, so that was one of the things that I want to tell you, just in case you didn't see the email yesterday that I sent out about it. Second thing, a little birdie told me, one of my sweet friends who I'm crazy about, actually slid into my text messages today to wish me a happy World Storytelling Day. Had no idea that was such a thing. I Googled it. Turns out he was right. Like, oh, yes, it is. So let me look into that. But what it triggered that I have been dragging my feet on launching and telling you guys about something. So the first thing I want to do, though, before I tell you that part of the story, is in honor of it being World Storytelling Day, I am going to give you the 5 elements that make you a great story, what you should do to be a powerful storyteller, like my girl T-Faye Griffin, which T-Faye, put the name of the new podcast you just launched. My girl T-Faye, she's written for Steve Harvey for 12 years. She's written in Living Color, Black Girls Rock. She just launched a podcast called Taste and See. She is an incredible storyteller, so she will vouch for these things I'm going to tell you. I love her. She's my exclusive book editor. I trust her. So she is a masterful storyteller. So first thing, I'm going to have an acronym for story. Come on, I'm going to always come up with an acronym. I teach you an acronyms. So first acronym, telling a great story, is you show them, not tell them the story. And you tell it with a confidence that connects and engages the audience. So you show versus tell. You paint a picture. You don't just necessarily, when you're telling, stories, especially in the, so when you get into crafting your signature stories, you want to take them to a place visually. Okay, so you want to show them. You want to come up with descriptive words that they actually can visualize it. Okay, so that is show versus tell. All right. T, you want to turn the audience into participants instead of just spectators. My audience, when I was doing Periscope that whole time, even now, I like to think that I interact with you. So you become a participant in the story. You become a participant. Like, I say speaker for the sake of speaker, but I am a storyteller. I love telling stories. I've been telling stories since I was a little girl. I would not shut up. So every time I am with you, whether it's on Facebook Live, webinar, live, on stage, on the media, I want to turn the audience into participating with me, not just spectating. So if I'm on a roller coaster and I'm telling something about a roller coaster, I want you to feel that you're sitting right there with me, screaming your head off. When you and you going up and then you just hang there and your breath stops and you trying to anticipate what in the heck were you thinking, and you just dangling there and you waiting on that first drop and you rethinking your whole, being smart and like, what were you thinking? You 46 years old, and then all of a sudden, it's like, I want you there with me so that you are participating in the journey with me and not just watching it. Oh, hi, Dominique. I want you to own your story without fear of judgment from the audience. You need to be healed before you get out there and start telling stories that are painful for you. Because the last thing, and I learned this from my coach, Lisa Nichols, the last thing you want to happen is that you go so deep in the story that you can't pull yourself out. And you're using the story to work out some aggression on stage. No, you need to deal with that behind closed doors. So when you revisit the story in real life in front of people, you're not so back into that environment that you can't pull yourself out of. And one of the challenges, though, with that is, especially when I take my audience back to the very last day when my ex-husband was choking me. When I talk about that day, the day that I left and I left for good, I have to be mindful because I'm so healed from it. I'm so not that person that I was that day, that I still have to be careful that I don't pull them out of the story so much that they can't feel me being there. And that, like, I just turn the corner so quickly that it just doesn't seem like a big deal. And I'm leaving them like breathless, and they are worried about me. And I need to make sure that I get them out of that. So you want to make sure that you own your story in a way that you're healed. So then the other reason is because when you stand before the audience, you don't care that they're judging you. You don't care that, they may be looking at you cross-eyed, because you are there to deliver that message for at least one person that needs that story to transform their lives. So once they leave your presence, they are changed. And you can't do that not standing powerfully on your deliverance, your transformation. So you have to stand there and you own your story without fear of judgment. Okay. Hi, Christine. And then R of story is recognize the rhythm of the room and ignite it. Recognize the rhythm of the room. So if you're with kindergartners, they are a whole different breed than being with adults. Rhythm of the room also entails, if you're a speaker after lunch, then you need to know how to pace yourself and go with the flow of the room, because they sleepy. They just ate, So you have to recognize the rhythm of the room. One of my last talks I did for LAUSD, which is our school district here. And it was for students and parents first, right? It was for students and parents. And I've even forgot what my talk was. I've totally forgotten what the talk was. But at some point, I looked and saw that one of the administrators, whatever I had said, in teaching or making my points, it had touched something in her. And in that moment, I needed to recognize the rhythm of the room. I've got the rest of the room I'm balancing, but my job as a speaker is to do my best to try to touch every single person in the room. So I had to make sure I recognized the rhythm. I navigated my way over to her without anybody knowing that she was having a moment. But in that moment, I navigated my way back to her, put my hand on her shoulder, held her hand so that she knew in that moment I saw her and that she mattered, while I'm still balancing the rest of the room that may not necessarily be having a moment, but I'm seeing enough, I'm connecting with her humanity, that whatever I had said really sparked something in her. So you want to definitely recognize the rhythm of the room and ignite it. And then finally, why? Are y'all talking? Y'all stop talking to me. Am I still live? Somebody say something to me, because y'all not saying anything. Like, that sucks, TJ. I'm recognizing the rhythm of my room and that y'all have gotten quiet. Okay. So are you just taking it in, or are you like, what y'all doing? Because I'm recognizing the rhythm of my room. How about that? So say something. Let me know y'all still there. Taking notes. Okay. Teresa, taking notes. All right. I can deal with that. So finally, the why. Yield to the needs of your audience instead of your ego. to earn their yes. Okay, who is that? Herdine says, I'm here. The wisdom is so good. Teresa says, we are in the rhythm with you. T-Face says, fully engaged what you're saying. Okay, just checking. All right, just checking because, y'all got quiet on me. Y'all usually talking back to me. So yield to the needs of your audience instead of your ego to earn their yes. That's still that example I just gave you. It wasn't about my ego. I'm there on assignment. I trust that every place God sends me, I am on assignment to that audience. So it's not about me. So yes, I will not completely stop down, but I will yield to her needs. I remember I was speaking at an event. This is a little more comical. I was speaking at an event and I had on some bad shoes. I'm just admit it. My shoes were incredible. So it was a banquet style spot. And I rarely stay on stage when I'm speaking. Rarely do I stay on stage. So I'm out in the audience and I hear these women talking about my shoes and they're whispering like, such and such, look at her shoes. And the other one's like, girl, them some bad shoes. And they're having this conversation and I can hear them. So I stopped. I was like, hold up, y'all. They are acting like just because I'm speaking, I can't hear them. They are over here having a whole conversation about my shoes. And the whole room just falls out laughing. But it's another time where I'm connecting to my audience. I'm recognizing the rhythm. I'm not just so focused on, I need to get through this story that I don't stop and acknowledge. Now, those women feel seen. They feel mattered because for them, I'm the speaker of the day. I'm there to deliver the keynote. I was on the same program with Cookie Johnson, Magic Johnson's wife, Judge Maybelline. Who else was I on the platform with? Patrice Washington. So I'm on the same stage. And so, there's a bit of celebrity-esqueness going on. But in that moment, I'm cracking jokes like, y'all, I'm standing right here. Y'all realize just because I'm speaking, I still have ears I can hear. But I want to always acknowledge what's happening because I'm there on assignment. It's not about my ego to get through the rest of my talk or get through my story. It's to serve that audience in such a way that I have earned their yes if I want them to enroll in one of my programs, their yes if I just want them to walk away with a powerful message that changes the game for them, that transforms their lives. It doesn't really matter. I'm always on assignment. So we got that. S, show versus tell your story with the confidence that connects and engages. T, how to tell a story. How to tell a power story. You turn the audience into participants instead of spectators. Aren't these good? I just came up with these today. Aren't these good? It's good, huh? Recognizing the rhythm of my room. Y'all know I'm crazy. So, own your story without fear of judgment from the audience. Own your story without fear of judgment from the audience. R, recognize the rhythm of the room and ignite it. Recognize the rhythm of the room and ignite it. And then finally, the why. Yield to the needs of your audience instead of your ego to earn their yes. Yield to the needs of the audience. It ain't about you, boo. When you've been given a platform and you have people's attention, it is an honor. It is a privilege. I do not take it lightly that you guys show up and play with me here. I take it very serious that you show up and play with me every Wednesday. It is my job, it is my honor to pour into you. So with that said, now let me pivot into the lesson that I talked about in the email that I had to learn again. So Teresa, I'm glad you're here because then you might vouch for what had happened. Okay. So March makes four years that I walked away from being in Hollywood on a regular as a TV editor. And most of you know the backstory is I didn't know what I was supposed to walk away and do. God just told me, you're done. I got other stuff for you to do. He just didn't tell me what other stuff. So fast forward a few months, I'm stressing, don't know what I'm going to do to make money. Wells Fargo's still asking for their mortgage, but it's no money coming in. And I'm having a conversation with Janine Macklin. Y'all heard me talk about her, called J-Mac. And one day, J-Mac asked me about media. I spitball it. Y'all, I won't repeat the story. But Media Mavericks was born. So I went into developing it and creating it and researching and thinking of every darn thing that could go wrong. Trying to think of every contingency. So how many of you have ever built like a course or launched a course or something like that, that you got to put it all together. You scared to death, especially if it's your first time launching anything. You may have left your corporate job to strike out and be an entrepreneur. You announce it publicly, so you won't ever. There, my girl, Coach Tawana says, #original Maverick. Yes, that you wear that with pride. So Tawana was there in the first round of Maverick. So I'm getting ready to launch. I just need to know that every T is crossed, every I is dotted. So I'm getting ready to launch. Hey, Zandra, getting ready. Y'all know what I'm talking about? You constantly in ready mode. You're trying to check off every box and cross every T, dot every I. You're trying to think of everything that can go wrong. So you put a plan in place and nothing is happening. You spend months in development. And the fact of the matter is you need to be in motion so that you can course correct and find out what the problems are in the program. So I'm doing all of this and I'm like, okay, if I just need to figure this out, how to say this, how I teach this. So finally the Holy Spirit has to just whisper to me and said, it's time for you to lead. And it was like, but I don't know this part. I don't have this figured out. I don't know what to do here. And it was like, doesn't matter. It's time for you to lead. And so I launched Down and Dirty. And Tawana is here. The irony is Tawana is here because she was in that first class. I was only a week ahead of teaching the curriculum ahead of the class. So I taught week 1. That spent the next week building week 2. I taught week 2, spent the next week building week 3. Things went wrong. Things went awry. Things didn't go smoothly. Stuff happened. But ask Tawana, you see she's here, #original Maverick, if she's grateful that I launched when I launched. Because we quickly recognize that our destinies, especially for those of you who are believers, if that's not your belief system, it's okay. Chew the meat, spit out the bones. But for those of us who are believers, we're clear. Our destinies are tied to other people. So God is not just going to have me do something for the sake of my own selfish desires. I'm clear. I am supposed to be in place so that Tawana can be divinely timed in alignment with what she's called to do, which I had to meet Tawana. Tawana didn't want to do a lick of media. Now Tawana has done national media. Her face has been in all the airports because she was on, what's it called? CEO TV. I forgot what it is. But had I not launched and kept waiting on it to be perfect, I would not have been in place for Tawana to do her thing. You see what I'm saying? So fast forward 4 years, you would think, I've had success with Mavericks. My Mavericks are killing the game. ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, Steve Harvey, Dr. Oz, The Real, Washington Post, Washington Times, Forbes, Family Circle, like Mavericks killing the game. You would think that I would remember that lesson. No, I I've been sitting on something for what, 3 weeks now, Teresa, that I have not told y'all about because I've been too busy trying to make it perfect. So this morning, when I get the text message from my friend who tells me Happy World Storytelling Day, it triggers something in me. Latanya says, please get out my kitchen. And Ned says, yep, and they don't need us to be perfect. They just need us to show up. Herdine says, you preaching tonight. You want to make me cry. God has been talking to me about my brand and saying it's time to jump. I should be actually posting some of these. But I had to relearn the darn lesson again. Because I've been sitting on this, but I've been trying to make sure I have every in, every out covered. So a few weeks ago, I'm sent to Atlanta on assignment. I said yes to something that I ordinarily would have turned down, even that the fact that it landed on my desk and the Holy Spirit told me I need you to go. So I went. So I'm there with about 20 other women. And it was taping these TV segments in Atlanta. And I'm sitting there this first night and I'm having a conversation with God. Like, I don't know why I'm here. Like all through the meetings, the pre-prep and everything, I would tell them, I don't really know why. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know what this is. I still don't have a clarity as to what this is. I just know God was screaming on the phone of the initial call saying, just say yes, just say yes. So I really didn't have a clue what I'm here for. So I'm having this conversation. What was it? A Wednesday night, Teresa? Our first night together, whatever night it was. I'm having, this internal dialogue of just, okay, God, I don't know why I'm here. I could still be in LA working on stuff, but okay, if you want me here, fine. So it was the night before the first round of TV tapings. And I'm not there as the producer. I'm not there in any capacity of TV. I'm there simply because I'm being obedient. So at one point I recognized, Teresa says, I didn't know why I was there either. I found out it was you. Aw, I love you, Teresa. Because Teresa has a part of this story. She will vouch for this. So we're sitting around this long table. They had put us up in this beautiful mansion, like 3-level mansion. It had like 17 bedrooms. I'm not even exaggerating. Like 12 bathrooms, game rooms. So our dining table was like this long medieval table that you see knights around. So we're all sitting there and the conversation turns to the tapings for the next day. So I'm quiet, because I'm not on that assignment. So, it's not my show. I'm not producing. I'm not doing anything. So I'm just quiet and taking it in while I'm talking to God, asking, what am I here for? So it becomes evident that these women have never done television before. So even the person who's producing everything, it was God assignment to her. So she didn't have any background in this. So I realized, okay, so I need to kind of step in and cover her. And fortunately, she's agreeable. She knows her assignment too was to just assemble these women. So it quickly turned into coaching. And I'm teaching these women how to tell their stories powerfully and concisely for maximum impact. We stay up till like 3:00 in the morning. Well, we got to be up at 6:30 to head to the studio to do the first round of taping. We do first round of taping, they knock it out the park. We come home that night, we go our separate places, just kind of decompress. It was a full day of taping. We compress. I go on my computer. I think at one point I took a power nap. We had dinner and there we are back around this Knights of the Round Table. I do a second night of full coaching each one of these women on sharing their stories. And, I'm asking them questions and I'm giving it back to them of how it needs to be said so it has maximum impact. So we do the second day of taping. We wrap. One of them comes to me and says, so we had a meeting and we decided that we want to come to LA and we want to have you spend days with us, get us an Airbnb, and spend days with us just teaching us how to tell our story. And I'm like, you do? And they were like, yeah. And so it's three of them. It's Christine. Is it Christine or Christina? Was it Christine or Christina, Teresa? I can't remember. It's Christine, Teresa, she's here. A woman named Ebony, and the ringleader name was Deborah. And Deborah was the one talking to me and said, and was like, yeah. And so Teresa on the end goes, and we need to know by the end of the business day how much it's going to cost so we can pay you. She didn't say by the end of the day, by the business day, because she was leaving and wanted to make sure she paid me before she left so she could have a spot. Then another woman overhears this. So that was the first four. Another woman overhears her and was like, I don't know what y'all doing, but I'm number 5. Count me in. So they forced me into a situation to go create a retreat of sorts where they are coming to LA and we're going to spend 3 days of stories and storytelling. And they put their money where their mouth is. And I said that I would open it up to 7. So tomorrow will be the official opening. I'm going to do it in the Noisemaker Squad. So if you're not a member of the Noisemaker Squad, go there. Media Maverick Nation and the Noisemaker Squad will get first dibs to spend 3 days with me. Teresa said, the Lord forced you. We were his messengers for your clarity only. Yes, you were, because I told them that people had been asking me to do this. I just had never been in a position. They had told me by the end of the night, they had picked their dates of when they wanted to come. I've been on the phone with 3 of them today about what exactly they wanted. And the thing was, I've known about this for a minute, but I kept being in my head like, I need to know this, I need to know that. And when I had to go back to just it being, they already told me what they wanted. They were specific on, we want it before you go to Africa. So you look at the calendar, they voted on the dates. They agreed with the investment. And so tomorrow, I am officially opening what is now called the League of Extraordinary Storytellers Retreat. It is going to be in LA, and I'm only doing 7, and four of those spots have been snatched. So if you've ever wanted to play with me, meet me in the Noisemaker Squad tomorrow, where I will give you the website, because I promised them that they would have first right of refusal. So since it was their idea, I'm doing it for them. So I have to honor my promise that I'm giving them first right of refusal. And then any other slots after that, then my people can have it. But I thought it was only fair so that, and here's what I just know. I'm coming to teach you how to powerfully tell your story. I'm coming with my heart. For those of you who've been around me for a minute, you know I put my heart in everything when it comes to stories and media. I'm coming with my expertise of really making sure you know how to tell your story powerfully. I'm coming with my passion, because y'all know I do this all day, every day. That was the one thing of the 3 that I talked to today. That was the one thing they all consistently said when I asked them, what is it that made you say yes, or you wanted to do this? And not only did they want to do it, they backed it up. One of them has already booked her flight. It will be all inclusive except for the flight, that the Airbnb and the meals will all be taken care of. You know, I over deliver on anything that I do. And yeah, so I will meet you tomorrow. I will meet you tomorrow in the Noisemaker Squad at 6:15 Pacific, 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern. I'll go into more details of everything it will include. I'll probably retell part of the story for the people who weren't there, but you are not here. But you can thank Teresa, Christine, Deborah, Ebony, and Renda, who were the first to snatch up and say, we doing this, and this is what we want to make you do. And poor Reneka had to go create it and figure out the structure. And that's it. In honor of World Storytelling Day, I'm going to launch the League of Extraordinary Storytellers. And you will see me build this as I fly it. I don't have everything figured out. I just know what I'm coming with. My heart, my focus, because for those 3 days, I'm not focusing on anything else. I will be doing no other teaching, but focusing on those people there, coming with my passion, and I'm coming with my expertise. That's what I can guarantee you. If you got a whole bunch of questions that I don't know the answer to, this probably isn't for you if it needs to be all figured out. But this is for the people who have been around me enough to know how I get down, what I'm capable of, and what my heart is going to deliver. So I don't have it all worked out. There ain't no fancy landing page with some great copy. None of that exists, because I'm only taking 7 because I want it intimate so I can have one-on-one time with the group. And what hit my heart today, I'll say this is the last thing. April 25th through the 27th is the date, Alicia. April 25th to the 27th are the dates. So I don't have it all worked out, but this is what hit my heart today. Stories are more powerful within collaboration, not isolation. Your story is more powerful and will be more powerful when I collaborate with you and not isolate. Okay? So if you are about that collaboration life and you want to come to LA and spend 3 days with me on an LA beach, April 25th through the 27th, I'll give full details tomorrow, but I'm putting you on notice that I'm going to make the announcement first in the Noisemaker Squad. For those of you who have been around me, I'm doing that. So to recap what we're going to do, I just walked you through how to tell a powerful story. If you're tuning in, what we're going to accomplish at this 3 days with me, and some of that will be, part of it is also I'm going to do some Hollywood stuff. I'm see what friends are taping shows and things like that. Just know I'm building it as I fly it, just like I built Mavericks, and we see how successful Mavericks is. So I'm going to be building, and it depends on who's going to be an original League of Extraordinary Storyteller, because that's what was going to be called. I like that name, League of Extraordinary Storytellers. So to recap what we're going to do, you're going to learn how to show versus tell your story with confidence that connects and engage. You're going to learn how to turn your audience into participants instead of spectators. You're going to, wait. Oh, snap. One of my friends just texted me. See. Okay. I ain't going to say her name, and I ain't going to say what she just offered, but she just already offered me a bonus for the league. See what I'm saying? I understand. Sometimes I just gotta move. That's it. When God, in my ludicrous voice, when God move, you move, just like that. But literally, text came through. Y'all see that? Well, you can't see it now because it's gone. You see that writing? That was a text coming through from somebody who's saying they're supposed to donate their service. Okay, so where was I? I'm psyched now. See, I don't have it all figured out. Y'all gonna see me build it as I fly it. And trust and believe it's going to go up. If I do this again, the price is going to increase, because that's what happens when you do launch stuff in beta. It's for testing, it's for getting, feedback so it can be better. So what was I? Own your story without fear of judgment, or recognize the rhythm of the room and ignite it. And then why? Yield. You're going to learn to yield to the needs of your audience instead of your ego to earn their yes. Okay. Regina says, Justice League, activate. Yes. You're getting into the language already. I love that. Okay, so tomorrow in the Noisemaker Squad, if you're not already in the Noisemaker Squad, I suggest you get over there because I'm only gonna have 7 spaces. 3, 4, I forget, 3 or 4 of them already gone. Okay, gone. So, wow, God is good. Okay, I'm not gonna cry. Y'all know I'm a crybaby, so I'm not gonna cry. I'm just tickled. Like I'm on here talking about it, and the person is going, I'm supposed to, which, yes, Jesus. I love it. It's gonna be bomb. Oh my gosh. And it started because my friend texted me, Happy World Storytelling Day. And that got into my spirit. Like today was supposed to be the day that I'm supposed to talk about this. Then Reneka told me what I'm supposed to do and how we're supposed to build it. And ain't nothing fancy about it. I'm just being obedient and I'm getting it out there for y'all because I know that even just the 4 that already who have snatched the spots, I know I'm tied to what God is calling them to do. And when I was going to change the date, Teresa, you still here? When I was going to change the date to be more accommodating, Teresa sent me a message and said, don't you dare change the date. I need you for this time. I have blocked out the time. I'm booking flights. Don't you change. So even when I tried to actually get out of it, there's something about this season with these particular women that God needs me launched, down, dirty, imperfect, don't necessarily have the whole picture, don't have a clue how it's all going to look just yet. All I'm bringing to the table is my expertise, my heart, my obedience, my passion, and my focus. That's it. That's what I got. That is what I got. And that is going to be enough for this original 7 to go on and do what they are called to do. Boom! Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all go so I can go scream at the top of my lungs around my house without piercing y'all eardrums. Teresa, even I am the only one and have to charge all of these. I love it. So April, mark your calendars, April 25th through the 27th, right here in LA. It is going to go down for the inaugural League of Extraordinary Storytellers retreat. I don't know what God is going to do, but I'm looking forward to the ride. All right. With all that said, we're going to count it down. Is there anything that, hey, wait, I want to see what it looks like. Wait, let me type it in on the screen. I want to put it up on my screen. Did it do it? There it go. All right. So tomorrow, meet me in the Noisemaker Squad for the announcement to get to learn what you need to do next. I should have more details about it by tomorrow. But happy World Storyteller Day. Thanks for rolling with me, y'all. Anything else I need to say, do, answer in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Alicia, you go. She's asking, where do we go to see the info? Ain't no fancy landing pages or nothing done, Alicia. This is down and dirty. I'm going to tell you where you can do your first steps tomorrow in the League of in the Noisemaker Squad. I can't release it just yet because I promised the original women that I would give them time and first right of refusal. So that's why I cannot release it tonight for you. I have to release it tomorrow because I promised them that I would, since they were the originators and they were the ones that determined that this is what they want, it is only fair that I actually leave room for them. So where was I? In 3 tomorrow, you will know. So 6:15 tomorrow, 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern, PM in the Noisemaker Squad. Hey, Evangelina, we're wrapping up in 3, 2, 1. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming to play with me. Love y'all. Bye.